Good Monday morning, second graders. We are on the second part of lesson 11-7, problem solving, choose a model. We learned yesterday about trying to tell the difference between when we want to use a line plot or a picture graph or a bar graph, and I'm going to explain a little further today, so stick with me. All right. A carnival game has each player rolling a ball toward a target. That sounds like fun. The distance in inches from the ball to the target after the roll for 12 players is shown. So we're trying to roll a ball toward a target, and we're going to see what 12 different players rolled and how far away they are from the target. So here are the different inches away from the target. 4, 6, 8, 5, 7, 6, 8, 5, 6, 8, 6, 5. Well, if 4 is only 4 inches away from the target, that means this person was really close. But 8, oh goodness, that person probably did not throw the ball well. They're really far from the target. So we can see the closest ball to the target and the farthest ball rolled toward the target. Players win a prize if the distance is less than 7 inches. How many players win a prize? Well, that makes sense. So if you were closer to the target and it had to be less than 7 inches, so that means 6, 5, and 4, then they win a prize. And that makes sense because they were closest to the target. So think about the type of data, choose a model, and draw it. As you can see here, they chose a line plot because we talked about some of the categories, how we know. One, we're only talking about one type of game, and they measured it in inches. And the other thing that's really important to know if you're doing a line plot is that usually it has to do with measuring. Inches, meters, centimeters. It has to do with comparing either height or length. Those are great for a line plot because it's just about one thing. It's about one game and then the different measurements there. So that's what they drew. They drew one person had 4. They had other person, 3 people were 5 inches away from the target. 4 people were 6 inches away from the target. 1 person was 7 inches away from the target. And 3 people were 8 inches away from the target. They were really bad. Their throwing was not good at all. There are 8 players whose ball was less than 7 inches. Well, is that true? Let's see. So we want to know everything that's less than 7 inches. That would be everything that falls in this category. Everything under 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's right. There are 8 players whose ball was less than 7 inches from the target after the roll. So 8 players win a prize. I hope that this person won the biggest prize because they were the closest to the target. Now we're going to look at more practice, and we're going to use this line plot to help us figure out the question. Use the line plot about the carnival game to answer the question. Brady's roll was 3 inches farther from the target than the greatest distance on the line plot. If you think about that, the greatest distance on the line plot, that's 8. And those 3 people, they had terrible throws. They were really far away from the target. But Brady was even worse because he was 3 inches farther than the greatest distance. Let's circle that. Brady's was 3 inches farther than the greatest distance. The question is, how far was Brady's roll from the target? First thing we should know is what was the greatest distance, and then we know Brady's roll was 3 inches farther than that. So look at the line plot. Which is the greatest distance from the target? Which one's the farthest away from the target? If you said 8, You are correct. Remember, 8 inches away from the target. That was pretty bad. But Brady's was even worse. His was 3 inches farther than 8. So how do we find Brady's length, or however far he rolled it? What are you going to do? Brady's roll is 3 inches farther than 8. That means it's 3 inches more than 8. When we say more, that means 8 plus 3 more. All right, 8 plus 3. What did you find? Write it down. I hope you found 11. That would be correct. Now let's move to the next page. On page 488, here's our next story. It says, choose a bar graph, picture graph, or line plot to help solve the problems. Marissa asks her friends about their favorite flavor of yogurt. The tally chart shows the data. Draw a model of the data. So here we have favorite yogurt flavor, but we have all kinds of yogurt flavors. And it's not measuring. We're not doing it in inches, centimeters, or meters, or anything like that. These are about objects, things, and they're all different. Strawberry, blueberry, lemon, vanilla. So that gives us a good idea that it's not going to be a line chart. Line charts, once again, we're very good with one type of objects, and really objects about measuring lengths. These are things, objects that are all different. So that means we have 2 choices. We can use a bar graph or we can use a picture graph. Either one would work just fine. If I chose a picture graph, I would probably just draw cups with yogurt in it, and I could draw them with different colors. If I did a bar graph, I could just make bars, but with different colors. I know that the class really favored bar graphs, so that's what we're going to do today. And you can see here that they already made our tally chart, so that makes our job a lot easier. The next thing I asked the class was, do they like bar graphs where the bars go up or where the bars go sideways? And most of the class agreed that they liked bar graphs that go up. So that's what we're going to do right now. Okay, so how do I make my bar graph? I'm going to draw half of a square, just like that. And remember, if our bars are going to go up, that means that whatever we're talking about, which is yogurt flavor, that's what's going to go on the bottom. And then the tally marks are what's going to go up the side. So I'm going to put here strawberry, and because I don't have a lot of room, I'm just going to put S for strawberry, B for blueberry, L for lemon, V for vanilla, and I'm going to label it at the bottom. Well, here, not that, sorry. That will be my title. I'm just going to put here yogurt. All right. I could have put types of yogurt. I didn't, but that's okay. Yogurt. And up at here at the top, I'm going to title it the same as a tally chart. Favorite yogurt flavors. And please remember that if I'm going too fast, you can pause at any time and slow down. All right, now I'm going to put my tick marks on the side. 0 is always at the corner, so this will be, well, let's see, how high can I go? I can go up to 5 or 6, all right, because I didn't have anything higher than that. So I'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'll put 6 right there. Okay, now I can start. Well, maybe I should do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. What I'm going to label this side is the number of friends. Number of friends. Remember to pause whenever you need to. Now my chart's almost ready to go. Number of friends is here. Types of yogurt is here, and we know overall we're trying to find out what our favorite yogurt flavor is. Let's go with strawberry first. I have here a tally mark. How many is that? Can you draw it there? I'll do the same thing. We'll see if ours match. You might want to use a pink color for strawberry. I don't have those colors, so I will just shade it in lightly. Next one is blueberry. Go ahead. Where would you make your bar and how tall? Does yours match mine? I started it at 2 and went down. Next one, lemon. 3 tally marks, so I'm going to start at 3 and make my bar go down and shade it in. Last of all, vanilla says 4, so I'm going to find 4 and make my line there and down. Shade it in. Great. I'm going to use this, I believe, to do numbers 3 and 4. Marissa wants to make a smoothie with the 2 most popular flavors. Which flavors should she use? So which are the 2 most popular flavors? I bet you could tell just by looking at it. Write it down. Write the full name. I'm surprised that vanilla is one of them. To me, vanilla seems very simple and plain. I love strawberry. I'd probably pick strawberry and lemon myself. Number 4. Nolan's favorite yogurt flavor is picked 2 fewer times than vanilla. What is Nolan's favorite yogurt flavor? 2 fewer than vanilla. So first we need to find vanilla, and then we need to subtract 2 fewer away from it, and then we can figure out what Noah's favorite yogurt flavor is. So let's go to vanilla. How much is vanilla? Look at your chart. 4, you say? That's right. And we know that Nolan's is 2 fewer than vanilla. So 2 fewer means I'm taking away. So now I have to find which yogurt matches 2. Aha, write it down. I'm not going to tell you because I'm sure you can figure it out. All right, this is what you'll be turning in for your homework today. Good job. Goodbye, 2nd grade.